You have the time to blog and write a brand new blog post, write it from scratch, don't copy and paste it. Because Google will not give you any rankings. It might do what's called, they might penalize your website. And then you won't see your website up there at all. And I've done that, I made that mistake. So you can learn from my mistake, okay? Yes.
So if, I'm thinking about a community site, if I want to refer people to an article in a local paper, I'll be penalized for posting part of that article or linking to that article?
Yes and no. So the question is, and this is a good question, by the way. If I want to link or maybe quote an article that's already out there from any type of publication, a magazine or a newspaper, will I get penalized? The question is, probably yes. I say probably because I'm not 100% sure. But if the content is the same on someone else's website, then I would say about 95% yes.
If you modify it with your own headline, but then
But you have to cite the source, right? If you cite it, then it's
No,
not
cite
cited.
the source, yes.
Citing the source is very tricky because the only person who you're going to be pleasing is the person who wrote the original content, right? If I put something out on my blog post and you say, hey, Bruce wrote a great blog post, I'm going to put that on my site, and I already have the Google rankings, Google won't touch yours at all. But if you cite me, I'll be, yeah, hey, that's great, you're giving me the credit. Google doesn't care, all right? I would say definitely write it from scratch. What some people do, and this is still iffy, is they'll copy and paste the article and then they'll write it in their own words. But Google also indexes the synonyms, or sometimes the antonyms, right? Anything like that, they still index. If they think that your article is very similar to the same content, even though the wording is different, they still might not. And let me tell you, the search engine rules change every single 6 months. So you can actually Google what the rules are for SEO. But what I would do in your case is I would maybe put the first line, the first sentence, and then maybe link to the article, put a hyperlink. So, and then you can write what your opinion about the article. And opinions are always individual, so it's always going to be from scratch. Did that answer the question? Anybody else have a question about blogging? Yes.
I just have a comment about what I work for a nonprofit that advocates for copyrights, but more than Google or SEO is the intellectual property behind the article you're going to, paste or copy and paste. Just be careful with that because there is a lot of software that they crawl the web looking for copies from their posts or something like that.
How is something like that different from, say, like a Wikipedia search? When you
Yeah.
go in, you read the summary or whatever the content is on that page. Then you have a list of sources on the bottom. It says, taken from the Encyclopedia Britannica 1984 or something like that. A list of, like a bibliography or a list of sites that you just click on and it takes you to the site.
Yeah, there is a promoting, not promoting our website, but there is a list of sets of rules that you can follow and make sure that your website follows the what is fair to use or not, what is called infringement or not.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's something called Copyscape. If you go to copyscape.com, you can actually put your article in there, and it will tell you if you're plagiarizing anybody else. And if it says you're plagiarizing, then Google will probably penalize you. So, but I will say this.
What is the website called?
I think it's called copyscape.com. If I'm wrong, then just Google Copyscape, and you'll get the URL. And if you're a big writer, this is very important. Because even if you think you're writing from scratch, there could be somebody, everybody writes differently, everybody thinks differently, but you never know. There might be somebody out there in a different state, in a different country, in a different planet, who might be thinking exactly like you. Doesn't happen often, but And if their content is already indexed, then Google won't index yours. But I will say this, tomorrow, how many people coming here tomorrow? There is and I met the speaker last night, her name is Pam, she's doing a whole SEO session tomorrow. So if you really are concerned about search engine rankings, I suggest taking that one. I think it's tomorrow morning. I think it's the same time. So, but you check the schedule. So it's good, And the other thing too is if you link to someone else's website, they have Google Analytics. Now, Google Analytics tells you everything about the traffic of your website, including the demographics. Okay, it's good to know the percentage of men and women who are coming to the site. You might be a fashion magazine, a women's fashion magazine, and you maybe not worry so much about men coming to the website, and you have a certain age group. Demographics is all about that. Age, right, gender, educational level, if you just want college students or even college dropouts, that's a demographic. And Google Analytics will tell the source you're citing that your website is linking to them, which is great, because that person's gonna say, hey, this woman's linking to me on my website. Then he might go and link back to you. I've had that. And Google likes links. Now, this is not really about SEO, but I know we're going off on a tangent. I want to say that when you blog, definitely follow these guidelines. They're not rules, they're guidelines and suggestions. So here's what I want to do. I want to actually write a blog post. So what we're going to do is, I should get it out, right?
I
Okay.
never talk about, like, I know we customize the thing, but what if I want to change the image or the sizing?
Everything. We're going to do videos and images.
But let's do the text first and then do that.
Yes. Because even images get indexed on Google. If you search something on Google, there's going to be an image link, and you can just download images. But be careful about copyrights and things like that. So anyway, so there is a blog post section under Manage, and it's over here. I got the pointer on it, the laser. So let's go ahead and click Add next to Blog Posts. And for those people, and this is me included, if you can't think of something to write, that's perfectly okay. We are going to go to laurenibsen.com, or .org actually. You can get that, or Lauren, this is it, yeah. It's Libsyn, I'm going to it right now, .com, and if you scroll down, you can look up here. I'm actually, you can just take this text right here, I know you've seen this, and you can put this on your own website. That's only if you can't think of something to write, and this is fine. I sometimes have writer's block, and that's perfectly normal. So what I'm going to tell you to do, what's that? So what we're going to do is we're going to copy and paste this text if you want to, or you can write just a small paragraph like this. So I'm going to right click with my mouse, yours might be different, and click copy. And then we're going to click Add next to Blog Posts. And right away you get this editor. And you also get a WYSIWYG editor. Anybody know what WYSIWYG stands for? What you see is what you get. It kind of looks like Microsoft Word, if you've used Microsoft Word, and you have two tabs. You have visual and you have HTML. And HTML is really what web browsers see. They don't see the images. They don't see the text. They see the HTML. But if you don't want to learn HTML because it's a language, then you can just keep the visual tab on and just start typing or pasting or whatever you want to do. And what I'm doing is, first thing is I'm going to put a title in, and I'm just going to call it My Blog Post. You can call it whatever you feel is best. And just let me know I want to make sure I don't go too fast. I was told now, let me tell you a little bit about this workshop. The main organizer came to me I think about on Tuesday, and said, would you like to lead this workshop? So I did not have a lot of preparation for this workshop, but I think this is going pretty smoothly so far, right? But I want to make sure, because I'm really speaking tomorrow. Tomorrow's my session, but I'm having fun with you guys. Hope you guys are having fun here now. And I want to make sure I don't go too fast. I can be fast, and I can be technical, and I've been told that. So if I am, shout it out and say, Bruce, stop going too fast, or slow down, or stop being technical. You know how it is, whatever your field is, you get really good in your field, you become an expert, and then when you have to slow down to teach somebody, it's kind of sometimes it takes a little work to say, wait a minute, I know all the shortcuts. I don't go back to the basics, but I'm having fun. I'm still learning myself, by the way. I've been doing this 22 years. I'm still learning today, just by working with everybody in this room. So you guys are also teaching me. You are? I just got a funny look. So, okay, so now we got a title, and what we're going to do is, what I'm going to do is I'm going to right-click, and if you see up on the screen, I have paste. I'm not going to select paste as plain text. I'm going to say paste. And I have my Lorem Ipsum text up there right now. Very cool, right? And when everybody's done, what we're going to do is in the upper right-hand corner, there's a button that says Preview or Publish. Preview will let you see what your blog post looks like, but it won't go live. Nobody can see it but you. Publish makes it live.
Can you change the color of your heading?
You can't change the color of your heading, but you can change the color of the text inside. Now, actually, the theme has what's called CSS that will change the color for you. But this is free, so you don't get a lot of control. But don't worry, there might be a couple of options here that I haven't really seen in a long time. Thing changes, so I might be wrong about that. But for right now, what I'm going to tell you to do is click the Publish button. And you get a couple of choices on the right side. You can publish immediately, or you can publish in the future. So what's interesting is that if you actually pull down, you click on Publish Immediately, there's a calendar. Maybe I have an event on March 1st of 2018. I don't want people to know about it until December, right? So I'm going to use this calendar control, and I'm not going to do it, but I just want to show you. I can advance the month and select whatever date I want, and this will not be published until that date. So you can publish your articles for the future. But if you're like me and you like instant gratification, I just say publish immediately. Now, if I select, let's say October 26th, right away, I'm gonna go to the back of the room here so I can look above. This blog post now says it's scheduled for Thursday at 10:21 a.m. And I can change the time if I want. So I have that. So this is how you know that your blog post is not going to be published until the future. And the future could be this afternoon. However, I want everyone to go to each other's websites today. So what we're going to do is we're going to click the Publish Immediately button, and I'm going to say Publish. And now it's telling me it's publishing. And now this is my new blog post that's up. And here's my Lorem Ipsum text. Pretty cool. And I also have a previous post. WordPress gives you previous links so people can navigate between your blog posts. Now, everybody done this, or everybody still